Hey everyone, did you know that you may be able to qualify for a mortgage using assets? Well, that's what we're going to cover today. Tyson is back with us with Lensure. Lensure is one of our partners who helps bring solutions to our clients. Tyson, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
So let's first start off with what is asset depletion?
Yeah. Well, I think it's my favorite product that we offer. Just to put it out there, it's my favorite product to do. But conceptually, it's a substitute for traditional income documentation. It is, I guess, the easiest way to look at it. What we'll do is we'll take the pool of assets that a borrower has. We'll divide them by as aggressively as 60 months. We'll take that total pool divided by 60 months, and that number is our income figure. We can also use it to supplement income. So if you have W-2 income or bank statement income, and we're right there on DTI, we can use those assets to get us over the hump and make sure we can qualify you. So phenomenal product.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, who is it good for? Who do you typically see as clients for this product?
Yeah, great question. So I think the first thing to touch on here is that it's really good for anyone applying for a home. We can use that, or for a home loan. We can use this on a primary residence, on a second home, on an investment property. So it's available for everyone applying for a home. There are a couple of gatekeepers to be able to use it. The easy one to remember is to have $500,000 in assets post closing. However, we can also be a little bit creative depending on loan size, and use a different calculation based on other liabilities that you have. So I wouldn't say you have to have 500,000 in your bank account post close. We can get a little bit creative there depending on what you do have.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about Lensure is that you guys really try to make it work and are willing to get creative and are more flexible than I think some of our other partners are. So I can definitely attest to that and I do appreciate that. So what's needed for this kind of product?
Yeah, absolutely. So realistically, if we're using just assets for income, I need a credit report, an application, and 2 months of asset statements for whatever accounts that we're using. Take just a moment here and explain that it doesn't just have to be your bank account. I'm looking for cash-based accounts, so stocks, IRAs, your bank account, checking, savings, money market, like really that kind of network of cash. We're going to take the prior 2 months of statements from that. We'll use those asset statements for both our sourcing and seasoning of your down payment and also for our income. So really versatile there.
Can you think of like an impactful story that you'd like to share when you guys helped somebody with this particular product that it really made a difference?
I can, yeah. So we had this was back in March. I got a call from a loan officer who had just picked up some borrowers from one of their realtors, and these borrowers had been working for 2 months to try to get a mortgage with another company. Um, he came to me, and essentially the problem was that these borrowers had several shell companies. So they had about nine, I want to say it was nine businesses that they were operating. So their tax returns were a nightmare. And this other lender just couldn't get on board with roping all of it in and getting this product to ratio. These borrowers were about retirement age, so they had Social Security and pension income, but that wasn't sufficient to qualify them. They also happened to have $400,000 in the bank. And so what we did is instead of looking at their business income at all, I didn't ask for tax returns. I didn't want to see them and confuse the pot at all. I asked for a Social Security and pension award letter, and then the prior 2 months of bank statements. We were able to pre-approve, qualify, and fund that loan for them within less than 2 weeks because everything was ready to go. We had an appraisal. It was amazing. And so these borrowers were able to get into their forever home, as it were. Um, and they were thrilled about it. It was a phenomenal experience for them.
Yeah, it's always great when you can save the day and be able to provide a solution. And this is a great one that, we can help do that with. So what happens when they don't have everything ready to go because they weren't working with a previous lender? How long does it typically take to close?
Yeah, absolutely. So no more than 30 days, less than 30 days is our typical turn time. Um, I think leaving it there is great. If they don't have everything ready to go, less than 30.
So I think really the takeaway with this is it's another solution in our toolbox that we can utilize to help get people to the finish line. So is there anything else about asset depletion that you would want to touch on before we wrap up?
Yeah, I know that there is actually. So I think a big couple of things that we haven't touched on yet is that there is no age requirement. So we've done these loans for 20-year-old YouTubers who don't have a job and just have a lot of assets in their bank account. We don't require those assets to leave whatever account they're in. So I know I mentioned IRAs earlier. I don't need a distribution agreement. Want to collect those assets. We're more or less verifying that they are there. We trust the borrower that if they need those assets to pay their mortgage, they will do so. And then lastly, yeah, I think just shoring up that this is something that's available to supplement other income types and also just to stand in for income alone. So I think the way that you said it is this is another tool in our toolkit to get loans done. That's exactly what I would call it.
So are you saying that you can kind of use this in combination with another product? So I think that's really unique too. If we're close, like you mentioned, but we need a little bit more to get over the finish line, this is a great and creative way that we can do that. So I really appreciate you talking to us about this today. I think that it's going to help a lot of clients out, and we look forward to using it with you. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.